It's your boy Alex, and we are back with another reaction video. And today, it's a very special request that was actually requested on my recent Dead Meat Kill Count video, which was his review on Ice 9 Kills. And this was actually something that I didn't think would get requested because it was one of Dead Meat's recent videos that came out this year. And I'm kind of excited to see it. Today, we're going to be taking a look at his look at the kill count / review of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie that came out last year. And yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for this. I've been excited for this when he announced it. I couldn't wait to see it, and I finally got to watch it. Let's just get to reacting to it just to see how it goes. And who knows? Maybe there's one particular kill that might be on his golden chainsaw list. Maybe, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Alright, I'm very excited to get into this video. I'm about to say, before I start this video, if the one kill with the babysitter that's in this movie is not the golden chainsaw kill for this, I might never watch Dead Meat again. I'll be honest, I might never watch Dead Meat again, because that is probably the best kill for a PG-13 movie in any PG-13 movie, by the way. In that, I can't even talk. Well, let's just get this video started. So, without further ado, let's dive right into Dead Meat's kill count of Five Nights at Freddy's. So, starting the video in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I know it's been kind of a while since I reacted to any Dead Meat videos at this point, but, you know, I might as well get back into it.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're
okay, that was a quick, weird way to introduce. Here we go.
Five Nights at Freddy's, or FNAF to fans, is based on the viral video game franchise of the same name. FNAF takes place at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a Chuck E. Cheese-style restaurant plagued by animatronic animosity. It's hard to know where to start with FNAF. Released in 2014, the indie horror game Five Nights at Freddy's was created in just 6 months by a single man, Scott Cawthon, who at that point was
considering it got popular. Oh wait, he made Christian games? That's a little weird.
Intentionally creepy characters, so Cawthon decided to repurpose the art style for a horror game. Five Nights quickly blossomed into a full-on media franchise, currently consisting of 9
spawned into, like, not only mainstream, yes, fan games as well, and the book series. We can't forget the book series.
What? FNAF's success is due.
Sadly, it was a maze in Vegas that didn't have any scare actors, which is kind of awkward if you think about it.
With such a rabid fan base, a film adaptation was all but inevitable. But it languished in development hell for many years, going back to 2015. Blumhouse finally...
Yeah, I forgot. Sometimes we like to forget about that. The fact that, like, it was in development for such a long time. I mean, think about it. It was announced back in 2017. Then a couple of years went by, no, like, new update announcement. We thought that, like, it was going to be, like, a scrapped movie. Then the original script was pretty much dead, and the original director for it was dead, too. Or he just passed on. He just, like, didn't... He passed on the idea.
I never got into Five Nights, but I was happy to see this movie's success. I think the acting is solid and that it's shot well.
It's crazy to think that this movie actually became, like, the highest grossing, like, horror movie of last year.
Are absolutely incredible. They look like they were ripped straight out of the games. But I've only played the first game a couple of times. This movie is confusing.
I definitely might want to check out, like, James's gaming channel there.
It doesn't fucking matter what I think. This thing was made for the fans, and by all accounts, those fans seem to love it. So I'm thrilled for that.
You knew we needed to make a movie that was going to land with the fans, and that was Jason Blum's priority and Scott's as well.
I mean, if this gets kids excited to watch scenes of people talking and kick-ass practical animatronics, then yes, make 1 million more, please. Especially since it doesn't dumb things down for its younger audience, even though it's not overly complicated. It's got foreshadowing and themes and good lighting. It's a fine little movie, and I'm happy that it made so many.
Yeah.
Will our characters survive their 5 nights with Freddy, or will they punch out early from their security shift? Let's find out and get to the kill.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that had, like, mixed feelings about this movie when it came out. Some people liked it, some thought it wasn't really that good and it was too cheesy. Me personally, I thought it was an average Five Nights at Freddy's movie. My only problem was the fact that, like, they didn't really explore the lore a lot in the first game. I mean, to be fair, again, the first game had, like, a ton of lore to drop on you. It was just hidden around, like, different things. I feel like they'll probably explore the lore a bit more in the sequel, but I don't know.
Chase. A security guard is crawling and walking his way through Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Yeah.
He's done with the monitor.
This guy's not doing too
On the
good.
other side of that door.
Oh, yeah, that's Foxy.
This dum-dum cannot run those dum-dums, so he gets knocked out and strapped down. He's about to be put in an animatronic.
Oh, yeah.
You know what they say about those masks.
So you can imagine how having your head forcefully pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort.
Yeah.
The guard is
I definitely say at this point,
an off-screen
not accepting the job anytime soon.
8-bit opening credits pay homage to the
Oh yeah, this was a really cool intro they did for the movie. And it kind of explains the story a bit more.
From her friends one by one. Where you taking them, bunny? Where's the Sprite string? Mike Schmidt is also a security guard, only he works at the local mall. That is, until he witnesses what seems to be a kidnapping, which causes him to hulk out.
Oh, tackled him into the fountain.
He misread the
Jeez, Peter, relax.
Come on, Mike, what the fuck was that?
That was a mistake.
Yeah, it was. Now you've got Shaggy yelling at you. He's fired and has a meeting with a career counselor named Steve Raglan. Yeah, okay. Steve.
Yeah. Not trusting a name like that.
Veteran and one-time prime rib presenter. Thanks again for that, man. Steve is initially.
I actually didn't even know he was part of the. He was on the kill count multiple times. That's crazy.
After seeing Mike's last name.
I have a job for you.
Maybe you noticed that Mike is named after the first game's protagonist. He offers Mike a security.
Yeah.
Fazbear's Pizza.
You only have to.
It's kind of sad they don't explore that backstory a bit too.
People out.
Oh, I could have sworn it was the killer animatronics. Steve sells the job as a real winner.
How's the pay?
Not great, but the hours are worse.
Those hours are the graveyard shift, which Mike says he can't work. He needs to prioritize his nightly routine, which consists of pills, posters, and nature sounds. All this ambience is to help him lucidly dream about a childhood camping trip. He was supposed to be
And get used to this dream sequence appearing in the movie multiple times, because it appears a lot.
For Mike to change the past, and his dream always ends with Garrett's abduction. But he thinks that by visiting the incident in his dreams, he might remember a clue he's forgotten, and finally find out what's happened to his bro. Mike is now the guardian of his little sister Abby, who likes dinosaurs and building tents.
Yeah, and their relationship is, not good.
Guy. I mean, besides the whole assaulting a dad thing. Quit crying, kid. He was doing it because he cares. The shopping mall gives Aunt Jane an in to claim Abby for herself, hoping to collect them foster child funds. She intends on taking sole custody of Abby with the help of her fearsome
yeah.
Before him, knowing that he'll need to look good in front of the judge, Mike calls Steve Raglan to take him up on his job offer. We're less than 20 minutes into this thing, and we're already at Freddy's. I love how we ain't fazzy-footing around. Mike's first night begins with a phone call from Steve, giving him the lowdown.
This place was huge in the 80s with the kids.
Steve's phone call is in the style of Phone Guy, your supervisor in the games who provides you with instructions via voicemail.
Hello?
Everyone's reaction to hearing the phone and thinking, like, how do I pick up the phone?
Except probably right outside the office. And of course, since this is FNAF, the power situation ain't great.
The electricity is a bit iffy.
Mike settles into the office.
Yeah.
It's a mostly accurate rendition of the one from the game.
Oh, yeah.
Striped sippy drink and ball of tinfoil. The only unrealistic thing is that Mike's not booping the nose on that celebrate.
Yeah, sadly, I don't think he can.
Production designer Mark
Yeah, I
Stella
love
added
that.
Tons of set deck Easter eggs, including a prize counter filled with the second game's fun time animatronics and a nod to Chica's magic.
Yeah, maybe hinting at what's gonna appear in the sequel, maybe.
RPG. Freddy's uses the Jigsaw employee training technique, so Mike pops his tape in and watches a retro training video. The video
I was just imagining Freddy as Jigsaw. Hello, kids. I want to play a game. Oh, yeah, glitchy TV monitors.
Technology, a job duty that doubles as a tongue twister. FNAF's dedication to its source material was guided by the game's creator, Scott Cawthon.
They honestly did such an amazing job with the suits for this movie.
He also wrote the initial draft of the screenplay, which director Emma Tammy...
That is actually kind of interesting to know that Scott had a hand in writing the screenplay for this movie.
Instead of doing his job, Mike keeps up his nightly routine of trauma dreaming. It's the same old, same old.
Yeah, like I said, this dream sequence... Well, this is different.
You took my brother?
But their response is less than helpful. Mike wakes up and
Oof.
when the clock strikes 6 o'clock.
Yep. First night never, like, nothing ever really happens on the first night.
To relieve his babysitter Max, not knowing that she's been working with Aunt Jane to collect evidence against Mike. She and her brother Jeff meet with Jane at a diner where they're waited on by YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
You do realize that
One of my favorite cameos in this movie.
Thought it was breakfast.
It's such a small cameo, but I love it.
But, you know, it's
just a theory.
It's a
Yeah,
well-deserved cameo,
so long,
seeing
Matt
as
Pat.
his
You
game
will
theory
honestly
helped
be
kick
missed,
off
man.
FNAF's explosive success. In fact, Matt Pat's cameo was the very first scene filmed for the movie. Matt's not the only FNAF creator featured in the film. The Employee of the Month wall in the background includes several.
Yeah, I remember seeing this. You had Daco, 8-Bit Ryan on there as well. Really great stuff.
Security guard who bites it in the opening sequence.
And that was an interesting fact, too, to learn that Markiplier was going to, like, star in this movie as a cameo, but he was too busy with working on his own movie, which I'm still excited for. I can't wait to see Iron Lung.
Take custody. It's the perfect illegal plan.
I just realized I shouldn't be hearing any of this.
On his second night, Mike gets right back to sleep manifesting on the job. But the little dream
Yep,
ran away again.
more dream sequence stuff. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to hit that. Apologies there, but that's probably something I wanted to talk about more. The fact that, like, Markiplier was going to cameo in this movie, and recently he was asked to cameo in the second FNAF movie, but sadly he's still working on his Iron Lung film, and it has, like, drained him so much that he had to, like, work on this movie so long. Honestly, I can't wait for it. I'm very, very excited for Iron Lung to come out. Ooh, oh gosh.
At the door, trying to buzz her way inside.
About time.
Oh yeah.
What? Who, me?
Vanessa.
This is Vanessa, a local cop.
I actually do wonder if James is going to talk about, like, her introduction into this movie, like, who she's supposed to represent.
Five Nights at Freddy Krueger shit never comes up again. What the fuck's that all about? She gives Mike the grand tour of the restaurant, including a performance by its robo band. The song they sing is Talking in Your Sleep by the Romantics, an earwormy reference to Mike's sleeping habits. It plays several times in the film, which is great. I love when movies have a signature needle drop, like in You're Next, Us, and The Lost Boys.
Ooh, gosh.
The band includes the 4 animatronics from the original game. Guitarist Bonnie, a blue bunny who's not voiced by Zoran, Chica, a chicken on backup vocals who has a sidekick named Mr. Cupcake, Party Pirate Foxy,
Oh, yeah.
I guess is just there for
Our boy Foxy.
vibes, and the band leader, Freddy Fazbear himself. Tammy knew from the get-go the animatronics would be
Oh, I'm loving these behind-the-scenes, like, shots right here.
And the characters that the fans are the most familiar with actually going into this film.
The difficult task of bringing them to life went to the team at Jim Henson's Creature Shop, under the supervision of lead designer Robert Bennett. The team created full-sized animatronics of
Nice.
the as well as suits worn by stunt performers. Jade Kindar-Martin played Bonnie, Jess Weiss played Chica, and Kevin Foster played Freddy.
Yeah,
Foster's
I got to
actually
meet
had
Kevin.
kill count before.
Well, I got to meet two. Sorry about the cut. I was trying to explain that I actually met 2 of the suit actors. If you saw my post last year, or more recently, no, it was last year, where we basically went to a horror convention that went on, and I got to meet 2 of the suit actors. They were really chill people. Got to learn some interesting facts about the suits, though. They were not easy to wear for the actors. They were heavy to wear. Especially in the scene where Bonnie falls backwards and gives that little thumbs up. I don't know if James is going to bring this up, but the Kevin right there, the guy who was the suit actor for Freddy, he was standing on top of he was actually standing on the bottom of where Bonnie was standing at. And they did that not with one take, but like with multiple takes, and it was just grueling, especially around the neck area. What he told us, it was grueling around the neck area to, like, literally. It was heavy. It was hard work for them. I honestly, props to these guys for their dedication to wearing heavy suits like that. Considering he's done this work before, because he was a suit actor for League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and The Village, an M. Night Shyamalan film. And honestly, I feel like doesn't get enough praise.
I'm in there, and I don't really have any visibility whatsoever.
Occasionally, puppeteers had to step in to operate their arms and hands.
Yeah.
Additional performers controlled the eyes, ears,
Tough work for them to wear those heavy suits.
Things aren't all fun and games at the pizzeria. Vanessa mentions that some kids went missing there in the 80s, which grabs Mike's attention, since missing kids is kind of his whole thing. But she drives off before they can unravel that thread, leaving Mike to lock up for the day. He's spied on by Max's brother Jeff, who initiates
sneaky.
He and his gang of ruffians break into the pizzeria and promptly start causing all sorts of trouble. Wait, how do you wind up with this group of people? Like, how do they know this guy? A dude named Carl is poking through the kitchen when he's jump scared by Chica.
Oh, shoot.
Cupcake on him. His buddy Hank.
Oh, gosh. That cupcake is aggressive.
Jeff is hanging out in the security room when he sees Hank on the monitor screaming like a maniac.
Oh, yeah, your buddy's freaking out, man. Oh, hi, Bonnie.
satanic handprint. Jeff arrives just in time to see Boogie Bunny Bonnie emerging from the closet. He runs away and holds up to the
Oh,
security
yeah, you better run.
narrowly avoids a sneak attack by Mr. Cupcake.
Gosh, that Cupcake is aggressive.
Basically a static prop, but he's promoted to full-on
This
killer
Cupcake
robots.
definitely got more screen time, though. I'll tell you that right
I'm a little
now.
obsessed with Cupcake, who was able to be incorporated into more scenes.
Really good animatronic work on it, too. Props to the Jim Henson, like, Creature Shop for making these.
Scatman's on his way again. The dum-dums come courtesy of Foxy, who hums a similar ditty in the original game.
Yeah.
He runs down the hallway and puts
Where he does, yeah, his infamous run, but it's kind of like messed up with a black flashing screen. Mark has had it rough when it comes to the FNAF games. I will tell you this right now. He has had it really rough when it came to every single new game that came out. Although I think, like, with him and every other YouTuber that has played Security Breach, it's kind of, like, lost its, like, meaning for scare factor. Still, though, Mark is still considered the king of Five Nights at Freddy's. No one's gonna take his crown.
Animatronic puppet who required 6 performers just to make him walk.
We have one on the head, one on the face, one on the arm.
I definitely feel like they could have done, like, had a guy in a suit and done, like, a digital effect for Foxy's legs. It probably would have been impossible, but they could have done it.
Move his body up and down.
This fricky Fox was a danger off-screen too. At one point, an overheating servo nearly lit him on fire.
Someone on my team.
Still, it is so crazy how these characters look, like, legit, like they're game characters. It's so crazy.
To see what's taking so long. She encounters a
Oh, here we go.
telling her to follow him, sounding exactly
Still,
like an NPC.
one of the more gruesome kills in this movie.
Size would typically be built in parts, but production built Fazbear's Pizza as one continuous location, allowing the actors to move between rooms like it were an actual building.
Nice.
This winds up in a workshop full of broken toys. One of the animatronics there is Sparky the dog,
Oh.
a supposedly hidden character.
Oh,
in the first
yeah!
game from earlier.
Sparky was a
Sparky
character.
turned out to be just an internet urban legend.
Okay.
I guess Gen Z's version of the Mew under the truck by the SS Anne. Max follows the boys
yeah.
in the Freddy suit in the corner and abandons any and all sense of logic.
Oh,
She
here
sticks
we
her
go.
face straight in its maw. She's pulled inside and literally bites the dust.
Oh!
No, I know it wasn't, so please don't yell at me in the comments. Please don't yell at me in the comments. Vanessa visits Mike to inform him of the damage done by Jeff and his crew. She accuses him of being too drugged up for the job, having found his stash of sleepy pills, so he opens up about his traumatic childhood and why he spends so much time sleeping.
Every single thing that you see, your entire lifetime, the tiniest of details, gets stored inside of you.
I mean, no, that is not how the brain works, but Mike believes it is, which
yeah.
is why he keeps searching his dream memories for clues. He also reveals his father abandoned him and Abby after their mother died, who I guess is enough of a character to add to the count.
I wouldn't necessarily count that,
Vanessa is played by Elizabeth
because it was probably mentioned in a brief backstory, but, you know.
Star of the Hunger Games and TikTok fan cam.
I
His horror
forgot
credits
how
include
he was
slashers like
painted himself
Detention
up as a
and Tragedy
rock.
Novels, the latter of which was penned by Tyler McIntyre and Chris Lee Hill, who have story by credits on FNAF. along with
Wow,
creators
that's
involved.
crazy.
Despite this tragic backstory, Vanessa agrees not to file a police report, but insists that Mike stay awake and
Oh. I did not mean to pause that. My dog is just going around really crazy. Yeah, sometimes he's like that, but there he goes. Now he's laying down. I didn't know what I was gonna say for this, but that is really crazy that, like, they got, like, more people to work on this. Not just Scott himself and Jason Blum. I probably need to check out those, like, films that he starred in. I will say, though, Countdown is probably still up there of, like, my least favorite horror movie.
when he's working around
Just for the premise of it.
With his usual babysitter bitten and high off, Mike is forced to bring Abby along on his next shift. She's gonna have to sleep on the floor, but she's still excited.
Not the smartest idea to bring her to a very dangerous work environment.
Restaurants in my horror movies. All that cleaning gets Mike tuckered out, so he.
Plus, I think it kind of reminds us of Willy's Wonderland a little bit.
For info.
Help me remember the man who took my brother.
But the kid ghosts him, leaving behind a dirt bunny for Mike to ponder. While he's sleeping, Abby gets up to poke around for more lively playmates. She screams and wakes Mike up, who finds her surrounded by Fazbear and friends. He's ready to go to Chairtown to take this bear down, but don't worry, Mikey, Abby's just having some wholesome fun.
They wouldn't stop tickling me.
This rock band just wants to play. Wink. And though they don't like Mike, they're
I mean, I don't know about that, but...
Noodles. Mike realizes Abby's most recent illustrations look like a page out of his dream journal. Them's those damn dream kids.
Yeah.
Turns out Abby's
when they brought this story element into it, that they're technically inhabited by the spirits of the 5 kids that got killed by William Afton. Still really messed up, if you think about it.
Abby's artwork. Mike pulls her aside to ask her what the fuck the animatronics are.
Ghost children possessing giant robots?
Oh, actually sounds like...
He just says it like nonchalantly.
Seems like the ghost kids from his dreams are the ones kidnapped in the 80s, with each of them representing a Robo band member. An Abby original kicks off a goofy fort building.
Oh yeah, this scene.
By Elastica. I can't say I expected this cheesy...
Y'all can say what you will about this scene. I think it's unnecessary, but it's kind of cute. That is both funny and cringy.
Nasty ass carpet. You know it's full of dirt and gum and pee, probably. Despite the hijinks, Fazbear's Pizza is far from kid-friendly, if this Dolly death trap is anything to go off of. Some fans think this Pizza Spooker is Circus Baby,
yeah,
the enemy in the games. However, she appears to be more closely based on Ella, a character from the FNAF
Oh yeah, from one of the first few stories that Scott wrote for like the FNAF universe.
Thank you, writer Tim, for providing all of this information, because, like I said earlier, I don't know jack shit about this scene.
Yeah, I figured as much. The fact that like James is going in this not like knowing much about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore or the story of the game, give him credit for like pulling up this information from either fans of Dead Meat or mostly like getting source material from like, you know, the internet, basically. I didn't mean source material, I meant just like getting information from the internet about the lore and everything. Still though, the movie itself doesn't really dive into the lore as much. Especially with the whole, like, Afton family and Mike Schmidt situation. If you guys know the story about that with Mike Schmidt, then yeah, maybe we'll get that information in the sequel when it comes out, or when it's made, basically. Who knows? Who knows? We might get that information at some point.
Also worn as suits. These pokey prongs, called spring locks, were designed.
Dude, why would you even, like, try to put your finger in that spring lock mechanism? Not the smartest idea, bud. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to do that. I actually forgot to mention that, like, they do mention something about the spring lock mechanism. I don't even think, like, they referenced it in the games. It's not referenced until, like, the 3rd game. So not only is this, like, kind of pulling lore from the books and the first game, it's kind of pulling lore from the other games. Also, I did not mean to pause that. I keep accidentally hitting my foot on that kind of thing. So, apologies in advance, guys. I don't know. I need to, like, fix my mouse so it's not, like, you know, appearing and everything.
Oh! Gets mad that Mike endangered his sister by bringing her here. But, I mean, you know, it doesn't mean they can't still hook up, right?
If you ever bring Abby back here again, I will shoot you.
So that's a maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a no, bud. Let's say that's a strong, definite no.
And bad news. Mike's gonna let Aunt Jane take custody of her after all. Aw, Abby, I know it sucks. Just channel that anger into your
Yep.
Mike runs away from his responsibilities and back to Freddy's to take a nap.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish his job.
He's conspicuously unkidnapped. The Boo Crew shows up and offers Mike a deal. He can have a nightly reunion with his loving family, all with the low
yeah.
price of his little sister.
We want Abby.
A conflicted Mike agrees to the deal, but thinks about it for like 2 more seconds.
But it takes him like 2 seconds to realize, yeah, that's the dumbest decision that he's ever made.
So is the family he traded for. What the fuck? Mike wakes up and finds himself strapped in the same position as his princess. He manages to free himself and stumbles upon...
Yeah, he managed to get out of it, though.
...who've been stuffed into various Fazbear brand suits. Max appears to be stuffed inside Shadow Freddy.
Yeah.
Freddy. Ooh. Mike makes it to the back entrance, where he nearly falls victim to Foxy's dance before escaping.
Get out of there, bud!
System they used for Foxy's sprint down the hallway. It's great. Back home, Aunt Jane is too distracted by her nightly infomercials to notice she has a surprise guest.
Oh, yeah, there's little sneaky golden Freddy right there. It took me a while to figure out. I think my sister brought this up. Is that Freddy? And I thought like, no, that's golden Freddy.
To get to Fazbear's, Abby and Freddy take a cab driven by streamer
Yep.
Corey X Kenshin.
Corey X Kenshin was in this movie.
He agrees to take the Freddy.
Nice.
Why do I always get the weirdos?
You might notice that this Freddy is more fast beaten up compared to his appearance at the restaurant. That's because this isn't Freddy. Lead Ghost Kid even said so.
Yeah, he's a slight tanner, like yellow, than the normal Freddy.
The overarching antagonist of the first game. Fans of the games might have caught his iconic "It's me" written on a mirror earlier.
Yeah.
His signature glowing right eye. He's who the lead Ghost Kid represents, but he phantom vanishes.
Ooh, this is not good.
We catch up with Mike at a random police supply outpost that Vanessa must have brought him to off screen. He's pissed at her for not warning him about the homicidal robots.
You saw Abby playing with.
But yeah, time for a big exposition dump right here.
Yeah, maybe he should be the one threatening to shoot her. Actually, no, that probably wouldn't end well. Vanessa finally comes clean about Fazbear's dark history. She reveals the ghost children are being controlled by William Afton, the owner of Fazbear's Pizzeria, who murdered them in the 80s. The cops searched the restaurant for the missing kids, but Afton was a cruel and clever man who hid the evidence away in a disturbing place.
It's not just their ghosts that are inside of those machines. It's their bodies.
And how does Vanessa know all this? Well, because there's
Big
one
surprise
more
right
thing
here
about
as well.
William Afton. He's Vanessa's father.
Why did you do that, James? Oh my gosh, referencing Scream 2. Oh, he is bringing it up.
Be a follower of Glitch Trap, a murderous mascot who's implied to be
Yeah, the game Security Breach is kind of also a sequel to Help Wanted before Help Wanted 2 actually came out, so
massive, and there was no way we were ever going to fit everything into one
yeah,
film,
there's
nor was it
so
the
much
intention.
lore, and I get it. I understand that like it's hard to fit it all into one movie.
To the story of the first game. As a final blow, Mike recognizes Garrett's toy in a photo and realizes
Yeah, and there's the straw that broke the camel's back right there.
Vanessa's too scared of her dad to help Mike, but arms him with a bunch of tasers, since they'll mess with the animatronic circuitry. Mike takes her cruiser back to Freddy's, where he diehards his
That could work.
Disables Freddy and Bonnie with a bucket of water and a well-placed taser.
There you go.
Chica, however, is absent. She's leading
Took them down easily.
makeover awaits her. Mike arrives just in time to save her, but their escape is hampered by.
I mean, it took a while to take out Chica. I don't know how the cupcake didn't get hit with that taser as well.
When Mike tries to find her, he runs into a yellow bunny.
Oh yeah, surprise twist.
Fazbear's wall of drawing.
Not as much Springtrap, but Spring Bonnie.
But this ain't no robot. This is William Afton in the flesh, or rather, in the suit. A yellow variant of Bonnie.
Dang, he just straight up tackled him.
Nearly found by Foxy until he's put down by a Deus Ex Machina. It's Vanessa who's decided to come help out after all, but they'd better hurry since Afton wastes no time disarming Mike.
Oh my gosh.
Just leave it alone. Could you? Lucky me!
Afton reveals he murdered Garrett shortly after kidnapping him. So
Yeah, now you can put Garrett on the list.
The killer is positively thrilled he gets to complete the set by murdering Mike right now.
Symmetry, my friend.
He summons forth Fazbear and friends to finish off
Oh
Mike.
yeah, this is not good.
Holds her father at gunpoint. Between his voice and that ghost-faced knife wipe, you might have
Yeah,
guessed.
you knew Blumhouse had to sneak that in there.
But if you didn't, surprise, Sydney, it's Steve Raglan. A reveal that might have been more shocking if Lillard wasn't announced as William Afton back when he
Yeah, not really a big shocking reveal when it was already announced that he was going to be casted as William Afton.
Considering he couldn't actually see out of his suit, instead relying on Tammy's direction to know what he was doing. Vanessa gets a shot off on
Bring up pretty much a good point. Matthew Lillard did a really decent job.
Her drawings might be able to save them, since they're how she can communicate with the Ghost Kid robots. He tells her to show them what really.
Oh yeah, somehow Abby's like drawings control the animatronics to get their like kid side to come out.
Stabbed to the stomach for her troubles. Abby pins up her drawing, which depicts Afton's crimes against the kids. It strikes a chord with the animatronics, and after Mike puts a spotlight on the kitty killer, the band finally turns on their manager. He tries to get them back under his control with some sweet talk.
You are wretched, rotten little beast.
But for some reason, it doesn't work. Mr. Cupcake
Yeah, that didn't work too well. Oh, well, here we go. Oh yeah, right into the stomach.
I always come back.
I know that line comes from the games, but I wonder if Cawthon knew it was already a Chucky quote.
I always come back.
Mike and Abby escape.
I think they knew it was a reference to Chucky as well.
Leaving Afton to be dragged away to an unpleasant.
Yeah. Matthew Lillard did a really great job playing a secretive, like, William Afton, sort of. I mean, it's sad we didn't get, like, many scenes with him, which, honestly, I would have loved to see, like, scenes of him just, like, you know, being sneaky behind the scenes, like, pulling the strings of, like, what's going on. And to be fair, I feel like we could have, like, not had him in the spring Bonnie suit for this. I mean, it's a nice introduction to it, and it's a great, like, looking suit, but I feel like it could have been saved for the sequel, maybe. In fact, I had my own theory of, like, how they could have ended the movie off, which would have set up for, like, possibly FNAF 3 or a setup to the sequel, at least. I'll post a video on that I made on my TikTok so you guys can check it out. But I feel like I had a different thought of, like, how they could have ended the movie and how it could have set up for the possible sequels. But it's just my own, like, a thought, basically.
Is not quite ready to go on the count yet, though. If you're familiar with the
Oh,
game,
yep.
you know why. The end credits are scored by the living Tombstones.
And yeah, when that played, I was excited. It's a good song, honestly. Oh yeah, we still got that after credits with the balloon boy, like, bobblehead jump scares.
Nuisance who appears suddenly and messes with the player's controls. Finally, the credits end with an eerie voice. It spells out "Come Find Me."
Ooh, yeah.
Associated with that bastard Golden Freddy who alt F4 my game when my stream.
Oh no.
Well, let's see what this is.
Look.
What happened?
How many people wound up fighting
Oh,
with
poor
Big
James.
7? Well, I want to tell you, but I'm not sure where to go from here.
May I suggest the numbers?
Hey!
Sure, thank you, Ness, but I haven't come up with a good to the numbers.
That's so awesome.
Are you sure? Because I feel like some people think a kill count's only as good as its to the numbers gag.
Well, some people do say that, but, you know, it's just a theory.
Kill count theory?
Yeah.
Oh, you ruined it, James. That's really awesome. All right. You better put that at Golden Chainsaw, I swear.
There's room for debate there. The victims consisted of 5 males.
So yeah, very low body count for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
We've seen this count and breakdown in 9 previous kill counts before. With a runtime of 109 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 13.63 minutes. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw.
All right, here we go.
To max. So it's
Yes!
shadow form to retain that
Knew you wouldn't let us down, James.
Still gnarly and a nice nod to the bite
Again, one of the best kills in this movie.
Aunt Jane, since I'm not even entirely
I will agree with that. That probably is like... Alright, there you have it, guys. That was my reaction to Dead Meat's kill count on Five Nights at Freddy's. I was honestly so happy that, like, he actually put that at his Golden Chainsaw for best kill, because, again, it is one of the best kills for a PG-13 movie. Even though it's off screen, you can kind of see just a little bit of the shadow of the body being chopped in half by Freddy's, like, giant maw. It is, without a doubt, an insane kill. And, by the way, it's a little April Fool's joke there that I want to throw in for late April 2nd. That I'm not going to unsubscribe to Dead Meat. I love his kill counts. I'm never going to unsubscribe or stop watching his videos. Speaking of which, if there's any other, like, recent reactions you guys want me to check out, let me know in the comment section down below and I will try to get to it. Anyway, with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to never miss a video. And with that, I will see all you awesome guys and gals later. Bye-bye!